Hello, Malik Carrington here, Family Budget Fisherman. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of this channel. As you've read in the description and in the thumbnail, I am going to be premiering a Bass Pro Shops brand favorite that is often overlooked by the general fishing community, as well as give you some updates on some very special sales that I picked up. Let's talk about it. Thank you for staying tuned in to this channel. Of course, I want to start off by sharing with you some things. I haven't ordered from Bass Pro Shops in probably a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. I'd say definitely going back to the middle of the shutdown probably was the last time I actually ordered anything from them. And that's just simply because opportunity to benefit from their rewards program plus the sales that they were offering just wasn't in comparison to what I got from Omnia Fishing and Dick's Sporting Goods. They just weren't there. But here's what happened. I had to order some things that only Bass Pro Shops had, and I perused their website, and I saw some things there that I was very impressed with. So first of all, I'm gonna let you know on the low side, what I was looking for were bobbers. So this bobber is called the Rocket Bobber. It is now owned by a larger company. I think the company is Strike King North, somewhere. I'll put it in the lower third here so that you can see who it is. But it's owned by a much larger company. It used to be owned by Rocket Bobber, the company. I believe these are the best bobbers on the planet in the moment. I don't know of a bobber or bobber system that is better than this bobber and bobber system. So I needed a couple more packs, so I bought these. That's what I was looking for my son and myself. And then I came across some interesting things. So Power Bait has something called the Power Swimmer. They basically are Kitech style baits that are now 2 inches long. So I got a couple of packs of those in the electric blue chartreuse, which you see there, and also in the baby rainbow, which you see there. So I got those, which was pretty cool. And then I also perused into their reels. And this is the premiere. As you remember, I mentioned it's highlighted, of course, on the thumbnail and the description of this video, is the Carbon Light 2.0 limited edition spinning reel. Now here's the reason why I got it. I looked at the specs. Now these specs are pretty impressive specs. The reel is an 8 bearing reel. It weighs only 7.8 ounces. The max drag on here is 22 pounds. And then of course the line capacity is pretty good. This is a 3000 series rod. Yeah, 3000 series limited edition. This is a Carbon Light 2.0. So we're going to take it out real quick so you can see it. For those of you who remember in the last video, this might actually become, especially for aesthetic purposes, my permanent reel on the Fate V, 13 Fishing Fate V3. I just think that it's a fantastic reel for this. It might be, I don't know. It might be. So here it is here. I'm left-handed, so I'm putting this on this way. There we go. Now, it's a nice reel, balances pretty well. If you notice, my hand's not shaking. Okay. Now, here was another reason why I took a real good look at this. You all remember I was talking to you about the Daiwa Regal. Okay, and it's purple and what color is that? Gray. I mean, purple and gold. I want you to take a look at this reel and take a look at this reel. Pretty much the same reel other than a few aesthetics. Okay? This reel is called, on the box, and I'll tell you why I'm pointing this out. It is called a Carbon Light model reel. Where is it? Is it on the box? It's not on the box. It's actually on the website. It's on the website for Omnia Fishing and for Daiwa. But it says Carbon Light body. Okay. And then this is called a Carbon Light limited edition. The difference between these is mostly aesthetic and the fact that this one is 0.04 ounces lighter than this one here, and this one has one less ball bearing than this one does. But other than that, they are essentially the same reel with very similar performance. I always take a look at drag. I know that there are those who talk about how smooth the drag is and so forth. And for what it's worth, most drag systems are very, very smooth. You don't have to worry about drag systems especially when you get above 10-pound test drag systems. Most of your drag systems are pretty smooth. But certainly when you get to 22 pounds, you have a really smooth drag system. You're going to have to, in order for you to get to 22 pounds drag, you have to have a really good and smooth drag system. So 22 pounds. They're both $59, by the way. Now, why am I suggesting that to you? The purpose of this is to give you more options to consider when you're amassing your fishing arsenal. This is a reel that I would not have a problem using on a regular basis, because the break strength on this is the same as if I were using the Tatula, which is a $200 reel. Now, I am comparing those reels. Now, of course, the Tatula is a full ounce lighter. It has the metals that make up that Tatula probably lasts a little bit longer, and we're talking about vibration and a whole bit. But those are subtleties, because fishing conditions dictate how a rod performs and how a reel performs. Fishing conditions actually do weigh or influence more on how equipment performs: rods, reels, line, baits, etc. So, give all things considered the same, you may get better performance out of a Tatula. And I would never say, if you don't have the money, to prefer Carbon Light or a Daiwa Regal over a Tatula. I'm saying don't exclude these in your consideration, because there are opportunities where these will suffice and you don't have to spend the extra $140. Now, if you can get a really good deal, get the deal. Don't ever let me be the one not to tell you to get the deal. Get the deal. But that said, if you cannot afford a Tatula, but you need that break strength, you now have at least two options. You have the Daiwa Regal. I got this from Omnia Fishing, or Bass Pro Shops Carbon Light 2.0. Okay? Now, so I got a few other things. I got them from Dick's Sporting Goods. And matter of fact, you all know I live for Dick's Sporting Goods. I love that place. And most of these, I'm adding all of this in here because it wasn't enough to make separate videos from this. So I replenished my Kitex. This is the 3.8 inch. I'm getting a little bit bigger, family. The 3.8 inch Kitex. I think in times past I've shown you some larger ones, but it wasn't consistently. They're usually like 3.3, 2.8, 2.75. Now I'm into the 3.8 size, and I'm really appreciating what these turn out to be. Again, this is Sexy Shad, and this is Electric Blue and Chartreuse. Then I got this one is chartreuse shad right here. And this is a color that I really hope to do well with in the future, black cherry. You know, sometimes I think some of these colors are more for us than they are for the fish, but that's it. This one here is the perch. This is a Kitech. These are the swing impact. These are 4-inch baits. Now I've thrown these 4-inch baits before, so it's not like, you know, they're new to me. I've thrown this model. And these are 3.5-inch swing impact baits. This is the sexy shad. Okay. Now, to round out this entire double store haul, I got this rod here. I never intended to own any rod by Daiwa. I mean, by Dobyn's. And it's because, and one day I'm going to explain this to you in more depth. Dobyn's rods, like some other rods, not all manufacturers, but some other manufacturers, focus their business line on bass, okay? For obvious reasons. Gary Dobyn is a professional bass fisherman. He's one of the most successful professional bass fishermen in the world, okay? And he hasn't won a tournament in a good long time, and he's still, I mean, when you win 39 fully rigged bass boats, you're saying something, okay? And we all know about Dobyn's rods and how successful these rods have been for a lot of anglers over the last, I guess you've been in business, 10 years or more? So I picked up this rod. Now this rod retailed for $129. I was able to get this rod down to, I think, about $90. And then I bought an extra chatterbait because the way the deal worked, I was able to get enough in terms of a price match and discount to get this below $100. And then so I purchased this so that I could be at or more or $100 and take advantage of their rewards program, the promotion that they were pushing at the time. Overall, I saved 30% off this, just these two items here. For the Kitechs that I just showed you, I got those at 50% off. Every single one of them, they were 50% off, okay? And then, of course, as I mentioned, on the bass stuff, I was getting things that I wanted. So I did pay full price. I'm sorry, I didn't pay full price for them, but I only got about a 10% discount. It was like a $10 coupon and then some other rewards kicked in, but it only worked out to about 10% off, which is about a little bit more than paying taxes. So, but I specifically needed these items and wanted these items, which is why they are added in here. But I wanted to share this with you. This is kind of a haul that I did in the last few weeks or so. But all of this together, I paid less than 180 bucks for literally everything. And I would say this probably represents about $250 easy. So I say all that to say this. Once again, if you're budgeting correctly, you can get a lot of the items that you would like to get at or below your target for discounts. Stay within your family's budget. There's never a reason to go outside of your family's budget, even if you have to wait for an item to come up, go, and then come back again. Remember, companies want to sell you stuff. They can't be in business selling you stuff if everything's a limited edition and they're out of it. They gotta sell you stuff because they gotta pay employees. They gotta take care of themselves as proprietors or corporate heads. They gotta sell you the stuff, and then they also have to meet you halfway by meeting your price points. So don't feel as if you see something today that you have to get it today if it's outside of your budget. Wait until it gets inside of your budget. Save up, set things aside, forego some things, and get the items that you need. So don't ever go beyond your family's budget trying to buy any and all of this equipment. But by the same token, in good ethics and within the law. Do everything you can to break your personal best. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great time on the water. Be blessed.